Hi everyone, this is Pat in the paper closet. Today I'm going to be showing you how to, oh, I don't see any movement on my camera. Okay, we'll see how it goes, as usual. We're going to be adding something that adds a lot of texture to your junk journal. It really makes it look nice. And what I've done is I've embossed these using embossing folders and my Cuttlebug, which is a manual machine. Oh, very heavy. See if I can get it in here so you can see. Here's the crank. Nothing automatic. Unfortunately, this one is not available anymore. They don't make it anymore. It's very old. But Amazon does have the same type, manual, by another maker. And they're not too expensive. It is about, some of them I've seen are about $70. But I've had this for many, many years. I mean, it lasts forever. And what you do is you put your paper in the embossing folder, which is one of these. I picked out a few for today. This is the one I use most often. It's called Swiss Dots. And then I have one that's appropriate for the book I'm making now. This is Snowflakes. You really can't see it. Oh, there you can. Snowflakes for our snow day junk journal. And then I also had one set of these little strips, which are great for along the edges. This one is buttons. I don't know if you can see, there you go. It makes a little row of buttons along the edge. So those are the ones I picked out for today. Now here's the one with the buttons. Unfortunately, the widest you can make something is about 5 inches, I would say. So you really couldn't do a whole sheet of paper in here. You want the bigger ones, you have to buy one of the more expensive automatic, but then you have to buy all the embossing folders to go in it. So I would never buy that, but I wouldn't use it enough. But anyway, here you can see I've done the row of buttons on the top, and I did the Swiss dots along the bottom, and I'm going to make a pocket out of this. But it just adds so much. You can't see it on camera, but it adds so much texture to the page. So you're always looking for something different in your junk journals. I don't know about you, but I always feel like I'm doing the same things over and over and over. And this adds something a little bit extra. So that's that one. Here's the snowflake one. Really can't see it on camera, I'm sorry. But it's really distinct when you see it in person. It's embossed. It's raised off the paper. Now this is the before. This is the paper before. And this is the paper after. Makes quite a difference. So that I would use for maybe a journaling card or something in this book. And I have this one, which I partially embossed along the bottom. I think I might make 2 tags out of this. I won't use all of this in the book, but this one was a pattern paper. It wasn't solid color. So I embossed it, and then I took my stamp pad, my ink pad, my distress ink, that's what it is, and I rubbed it just over the embossed section, very lightly, to bring out the embossing. And what else have I got here? Here's another one, Swiss Dots. This was a card from something, I don't know, it was in my stash. You can see more on the back, the debossing, where it presses it into it. But on this side, you can feel the embossing on it. You really can't see it in the pattern. This works much better on solid paper. This one I did the snowflakes, and then the ink over it. And this one, I also did the snowflakes. This was the darker blue. Might use this as a pocket. And here's another bit of the yellow that I used the Swiss dots on. They'll really make your paper stand out, look different. And I think that's all I did so far. So I'm gonna do one more, show you how I do it. Excuse me. I'm gonna use these buttons, and I'll use the Swiss dots again. This one I had picked out, but I think it's not gonna make much of an embossing difference on this paper. And I've been working with cardstock. It works best on cardstock. I'm also going to try it today on some copy paper that I printed. And I don't think it will show up. So let me get a piece of paper here. This is copy paper. This is also great for using up your scraps. So I'm going to put this, first I'm going to do the edge. I'm going to open this up. I know you can't see me. I'm off camera. Sorry about that. A little difficult to get this one open because it's so small. I'm really just struggling. There we go. It's open. And I'll lay it over the edge. Go over the end of the paper, right along the edge. Line it up. And then you take your cutting plates, which are these. These come with the machine. You have two of these clear plastic ones. You place this in between these two. And then you put them on this main plate, which gives you the height you need for your machine. And then you run it through. Now you're probably only going to see part of this, but I'll do what I can. Takes a little bit of moving it, but it works. I go back and forth several times. That's 2. That bump is normal. Push it back through again. Ooh. That's 3. And then I'm going to bring it back once more. So that's 4 times it's passed through there. It should give it enough depth. And then you open it up. You take off your little embossing folder, and there you have it. And I did it upside down. How do you like that? I should have put it with the... Let me show you when I open this up. And I don't think I can run it through again the opposite way. You see when I open this up? This part is raised. You would want that to be on the bottom so that it pushes up in your paper. And this is indented, so that would be your top. So it should have been this way, with this printing on the top. And I had it the opposite way, so I have debossed paper, not embossed paper. And my camera has stopped moving according to my computer. Okay, we're back. Little technical difficulties there. I had to reset the router, reset the computer, you know the whole deal. Anyway, I was in the middle of doing this piece of copy paper, not cardstock. I want to try it on here. It has worked pretty well, but I did it upside down, as you recall. But I was going to redo this whole piece, but I'm going to leave this as it is, and I'm going to show you how I did the Swiss dots embossing on the bottom only, not over the buttons. I'm going to open up this embossing folder. Make sure the brand name is on the top so we don't do it upside down again. Now I'm going to put this in here up to where I want the Swiss dots to stop. Right below the buttons. So it looks like that. Get it straight. And you have to make sure it's going to fit into your machine, which I know mine does, but we'll place it between the plates. Make sure your paper doesn't move. Put it on the base, and we'll run it through. Okay, I'm gonna do it back and forth 4 times like I usually do. So that's 1, 2, 3. You'll hear crackling and popping sounds, but that's normal. And this is 4. You hear that pop at the end? That just means it came out from under the pressure. Okay, so let's get this out of our way. The machine is very heavy. Okay, now we'll open up this folder, and we can see our embossing raised up, unlike our buttons, which are debossed and embossed on the opposite side, but that's okay, it looks fine. We have our button effect. You can see it. I'm hoping my camera keeps working. And there's these Swiss stops. Very hard to see on camera, I'm sorry. Kind of, you can see it, but not much. You can feel it, and I can see it. In person, it looks great. So I would use this as a pocket. So I'm not going to go any further till I check out what the problem is with my camera or my computer. So please come back and we'll finish putting these into our book. We're going to put these in our snow day junk journal. It's going to look very nice. A very nice pocket. Okay, so please come back again. And you'll see me finish up this portion. So please subscribe and hit the like button, hit the bell, sorry. And you'll be notified when the next video is up, where we continue putting these into our book. A few of these pieces, not all of them. Just a few. We have a bunch done. Okay, so subscribe and hit the bell, and you'll be notified when the next video is up, and we'll continue. Okay, thank you. Thank you for coming. I'll see you soon. Bye.